Testing.
All right, here we go. It is Extol Unfiltered. I am Meteorologist Ben Peine with Meteorologist John Gordon.
Hello, everyone out there. Good Monday morning.
Yeah, this is Extol Unfiltered, caffeinated by Nwsb. So Angie Fitton is not off work. She's usually in control of all of this, John. But bear with me. I'm going to be directing traffic here, so to speak, this morning. But Angie's got an important meeting this morning, so thanks for being our special guest this morning.
Glad to be here. Been friends with Ben for a long time, and he's also the best caddy at the Augusta National Golf Course they've ever had.
I was back in around the year 2005, 2007. You brought a little snow with you this morning. I'm glad the roads were all right for you.
Yeah, I heard Bing Crosby singing "Let It Snow, Let It Snow." The weather outside is frightful. It was a little interesting coming in. This was well forecast, and overall, the maps were not crimson red on your favorite track.
No winter weather advisory here locally, or was off to the east in Lexington. Didn't really need it. My son, before we went to bed, is like, am I going to get a 2-hour delay? I said, I don't think you're going to get a 2-hour delay. So no 2-hour delay.
If you think you have a difficult job listening this morning, how would you like to be the transportation director at any school that has to make a decision? School or no school? Delay or no delay?
You don't make a lot of friends either way.
No matter what you do, someone's angry at you.
Yes, a parent or somebody is angry at you. We can see behind us, we have some clouds, little leftover flurries back there. Let me go ahead and bring up the forecast here for us this morning. Here's my 7-day forecast. So today I'm just going around 35. I think we might sneak in a few peaks of sunshine later on this afternoon. This early morning flurry activity will be out of here pretty soon. And guys, if you have any weather questions for me or John, put us to the test. Put us in the hot seat here. I think our warmest day is going to be tomorrow and Wednesday. We're looking at trying to get back to normal, mid to upper 40s for a brief period of time. It's going to be breezier tomorrow, southwest wind around 10 to 20. And then it's going to be kind of windy on Wednesday, maybe some gusts around 30 to 40 miles per hour and some light rain showers. That front will move through. It drops our temperatures down to the 30s, maybe some occasional light snow showers, little to no accumulation I'm seeing right now for Thursday, Friday, and then frigid into the weekend, looking at maybe some lower mid-20s Saturday, lows in the teens at nighttime, some of the coldest air, John, of the season so far.
Yeah, that was I was looking at the numbers intentionally. So let's go to Wednesday first, all right?
You want to go back?
We got really strong warm advection. So that means warm air is coming up from the south. And Ben mentioned wind gusts 30, 40 miles an hour. I think you'll see some low 50s in southern Indiana, right near the river. So
Yeah.
I think that's possible.
I think we kind of overachieved yesterday. We hit like 46, 47.
Right.
So.
Yeah, when you get warm air, and you saw the snow melt yesterday, massive snow melt. And so then you got Thursday, Friday, a couple systems come in here with snow showers. Overall, not a big impact. However, if you get under one of those heavier showers, you never know what could happen.
Yep, exactly. So interesting weather. What do you think about this early start to winter? I mean, late November, December so far?
Yeah, my favorite winter forecaster of all is actually at the Weather Service. That's Mark Jarvis. Remember MJ?
Yep.
RJ. If you read the forecast discussion, if you're a weather weenie, and if you really want to learn about weather, you go to the NWS office of your choice. On the bottom right, there's a thing called forecast discussion. Anyway, He disagreed with the Weather Service NOAA outlook completely. He told me on October 1st, December, snowy, bad in Chicago and Minneapolis and Detroit. Not good at all. The northern systems, the jet stream flowing from like Minneapolis over to New England, so to speak, and we would be in the transition zone. You just saw Ben's forecast. So we got snow this morning. You said maybe sun this afternoon. 40s, mid to upper 40s tomorrow and Wednesday, and then at the weekend.
It can be frustrating forecasting here around the Ohio Valley because, I mean, up north it's just snow. That's pretty easy. But here you've got to make a map for rain, sleet, snow, all that fun stuff.
And last Monday night, a week ago, right? A week ago was a very tough forecast.
Yes, indeed, it was.
It was, I mean, the potential for busting on the low end or the high end was very strong.
It's funny because I woke up at, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the morning and I wanted to see snow.
Me too.
If it's zero snow, it's a busted forecast.
It is the worst that will ever happen in your life.
Yeah.
We forecast, let's say we forecast 6 to 8 and 4 in the morning we look out there and you see
Zero, it's rough.
you just want to go into a hole and disappear.
I would rather miss on an inch or two heavier than on the lighter side.
The old joke. For the older folks listening here, years ago we had one forecast model. You may not have had a meteorologist on your local channel. And there was an old joke Johnny Carson used to say, I had 6 inches of partly cloudy.
I think as early back as '94, that was kind of a big miss.
Yeah,
the big snowstorm.
I was not here.
And Perry Porter from Borden, Indiana. Do y'all remember the blizzard of 1977? I remember. I've seen a lot of pictures of it. I was born right after that, but
yeah, I grew up in '77. I was not here in Louisville. I was in Western New York. Thank you for the question. That was called the Cleveland. There were 2 big blizzards in the winter of '77, '78. Louisville got the Cleveland bomb, which is a big low pressure system that really deepened low pressure over Lake Erie.
Yeah.
And then the other one went a little bit to the south and went up to New England. But Louisville, what I'm told, can you confirm this, Perry? What I was told, the entire month of January, you had no school. Somebody out there confirm or deny what I just said.
I think the Ohio River froze up, and I saw pictures of my parents walking along where the mailboxes were with those snow drifts and everything like that. So let's hope this winter is not quite like that. Before we get going into more conversation, again, John and I have had a long history together as former chief meteorologist, and John was the meteorologist-in-charge, the head of the local National Weather Service here for 20 years.
Scary as that may be.
So we're going to be talking a lot here with Mr. John Gordon. That's not. Let me do this one. There we go. I got to get rid of it. I got all kinds of stuff happening here. Let me get rid of the comment. Got to get ready there, Perry Porter. Good morning, though. All right, I want to give you an event of the week here for today. This is presented by Rasmussen Chiropractic. So here you go.
This coming December the 13th at 9 a.m., we are going to have Santa here at the Mid-America Science Park. Not here in the house, but in the Mid-America Science Park. He'll be there. And for pictures for everybody, so just come on out. It starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. So come and see Santa. He's making a return trip just for Scottsburg. So thank you, Santa.
Tis the season. Love it there. And I want to remind people, too, that NWSB has a food drive that goes through the 15th. So a little bit longer here. You can go to any location. Don't have to be a member. And you can. This is going to benefit REACH food program for kids. They're taking in canned food, non-perishable items, snacks, and dry cereals. So one way you can help out this season. Also here, let me try to bring this up to the stage, is the Angel Tree that goes until the 12th at Ivy Tech Community College, Sellersburg. You just pick up one of those tags right there, and that's going to help out a child of a student there at Ivy Tech, Sellersburg. So definitely help out this time of the year. And I've heard there is a bigger need in some of our communities here locally. So definitely appreciate your help in helping out Southern Indiana, Metro Louisville, and beyond this morning. But again, this is John Gordon here. I've got a little special video for you, John. So here we go. A blast from the past, perhaps.
Hey, good morning, LT. And I can't believe it. 2 of my favorite people, John Gordon and Mr. Ben Peine. I cannot believe 2 of the best meteorologists I know. And Ben, I'm sure you're wondering why I just called John LT. Well, I've known John for over 30 years. We met when we were both in the Air Force, stationed in Oklahoma City at Tinker Air Force Base. He was a young lieutenant. I was a little bit older sergeant, and I just nicknamed him LT because that's the abbreviation for lieutenant. I had the wonderful opportunity of training John, certifying him in on the forecasting desk at Tinker Air Force Base. John became a great leader. He was a wonderful guy to work with and still one of my best friends. And oh, John, by the way, I'm loving retirement. Look at this beard, huh? Oh, and also, Ben, ask John about Deborah Norville.
So, what about Deborah Norville?
I'm blown away. Good to see you.
Monty Webb.
Monty Webb was a really good. I learned sleet and freezing rain forecasting. Understand the polygon method on the.
See, I thought it would have been opposite. I thought you were training Monty, but I didn't know.
Well, we each had our strengths. How's
Yeah,
that?
there you go.
At Deborah Norville, I love to work the midnight shift, and at the 5:30 we had a TV and office, only because we could load. Remember Gary England?
Mm-hmm.
Gary England was probably he was the first TV meteorologist to get a radar. And so we'd have a TV in there, and allegedly it may have gone on when there wasn't weather. But anyway, in the morning at 5:30, I love to watch Inside Edition in Deborah Norville. I had I mean, I'd be thinking at 2 in the morning, Deborah will be on in 3 and a half.
I mean, what year are we talking about
About
here?
87, 88, 89.
I can't believe she was on that show for so long.
Long time ago, faraway place. But Monty, it's so good to see you in retirement and a beard. I'm blown away. Merry Christmas, Monty.
Tinker Air Force Base. So Monty Webb was my chief meteorologist at WHS 11 from 08. We got hired the same month, May of 08. He was there until the end of 2014. Then I became chief meteorologist. And then again, John Gordon, again, former head of our local National Weather Service, retired March, I believe.
Yeah, I walked out the door. I took one of the incentive packages. I officially
We remember Doge.
Yes. Well, yeah,
Part of that
I took
whole
an
thing?
incentive package. I went willingly. There was
Yes.
rumors that I had been fired. Those were greatly exaggerated, although I should have been fired many times because I kind of pushed the limit. I was called an irritant in the weather service. A lot of things got done, but I kind of pushed and pushed and pushed. For instance, when the weather service issues a severe thunderstorm warning across America, for years and years and years, it was 3/4 of an inch, the size of a dime. And some irritant kept pushing and pushing and pushing to move it to a quarter.
Yep.
And it's 1 inch now.
What I appreciate about your run at the National Weather Service, there are other surrounding offices that probably not anymore, but used to kind of over-warn. And then you get kind of numb to the warnings, but you guys really limited it and didn't just throw them out like hotcakes.
Yeah, I took it on. We really worked hard on the tornado warning especially. I want the tornado warning to mean something. I want it to mean something that you need to take action now. And we used to overwarn. And we took a lot of work on that, and I'm glad to hear people like that and saw that. I mean, we tried. The problem in the Ohio Valley, I know we got snow today, the problem is we have these squall lines, and these squall lines are these lines of storms, and they're a problem.
And they can happen any month.
And yeah, they can happen any month. If it ever gets warm, don't get excited if it ever gets warm in December. 4 years ago, tomorrow, is the Quad State tornado, like Mayfield, Bowling Green, Dawson Springs, Long Track.
Oh yeah, I was I think 8 hours straight at the weather wall.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's insane.
So if you get in the 60s, December, January, February, probably going to pay for it one way or another.
Someone's going to pay.
Yeah.
And I just will say this, seriously, 17 people died in my area in Bowling Green. I'll never forget their faces.
Oh, it was horrific.
I was down there when they were rescuing people. It was horrible. It wasn't yes, Mayfield got hit. Yes, Dawson Springs got hit. But there was enough. I think Bowling Green's a forgotten tornado.
Was that EF3 right through downtown?
Yeah, there were 2 3s and 1 2. There were 3 different tornadoes in Warren County.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, horrible situation. There was pictures that floated into my backyard in Borden, Indiana from the Dawson Springs area.
This is mine.
Crazy.
Yeah, in 74, if any of the folks listening, allegedly, I have heard many people say that the tornado hit Brandenburg. That damage went to Cincinnati. It was falling out of the sky in Cincinnati. So you think Brandenburg, Cincinnati.
It is wild. Those updrafts and the speeds of the winds up there.
It's pretty crazy.
So on to a lighter topic. So you retired, you had some time for yourself, and
Oh my God, that's the sitting rock.
we had Gulliver's Travels here.
Yeah, I went to Ireland. The weather was kind of dreadful. With this upper low that would not go away. That's Blarney Castle, where you kiss the castle.
The Blarney Stone?
Yeah, the Blarney Stone. If you go on the middle one, the one on the left, you go to the very top, the tallest part there, you lay on your back and you kiss the stone. And
Did you
the
kiss the
lines
stone?
in the summer? Oh, I did that in 97.
And you don't worry about cleanliness, I
How
guess.
they do this little white beach.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty cool. That was a beautiful day there. Just a gorgeous
That is
day.
awesome.
I highly recommend Blarney Castle.
And then,
Oh, that's the West Coast. That's the Cliffs of Kilkee. The most famous ones are the Moher, M-O-H-E-R, This is kill key. There's some I love big cliffs and waves hitting cliffs. Something about that. I could just sit there all day long.
It's majestic. Yes.
It is. Yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah. So I think the greatest travel hidden secret in North America is what's called Iceberg Alley, and that's by Newfoundland. So I took 4 of us. I lead a travel group of friends and family, and I have a drone. Highly recommend drones. Highly, highly, highly recommend drone. It's your best thing to take on a vacation.
yeah.
Yep, and I flew that over those, and look at the lower left on the right picture. Look at the bottom left. You see a green thing. That is a kayaker, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's me pointing offshore. And we went hunting for icebergs every day, and everyone in the group was so happy. Everyone was happy.
And it would be cool to have a submersible because the tip of the iceberg is very small compared.
Yeah, most of it's down below. They scour the bottom of the shelf in the bay. So anyway, that was a pretty good picture there. I was happy. I usually don't like pictures of myself.
I like it. Yeah. We got a good morning here from Michael Montgomery. You probably heard.
Oh, Michael, great photographer. Michael, you're a rock star. Everyone should follow him on it.
Speaking of drone, yeah.
Michael, you're a rock star.
Out of the Mount Washington area.
Yeah.
I love sharing his photos after we have active weather. So good morning there, Michael Montgomery. Again, if you're just popping into Extol Unfiltered, caffeinated by Nwsb, Angie Fenton is at a meeting. So we've got John Gordon, former head of the National Weather Service here in Louisville, Kentucky, there for 20 years. And if you have any questions weather-wise for John or myself, feel free to drop them in. But so over 20 years, you said you like to push boundaries a little bit, but what were I could probably guess what your most memorable moments are because I've gone through a lot of them, but what comes up to mind as far as impactful weather?
Okay, so impactful weather. The worst thing was the ice storm of 2009.
Yep.
You hear yet?
Yep, like 600,000 power outages. And right before that was Ike.
Yeah, Ike windstorm. Yeah. That was our worst miss, the worst forecast we ever issued at the Louisville office. We had a 100% chance of rain. And we got measured a trace.
And we got sunshine and
so sun came out. When sun comes out and you have a tropical system, it's not a good thing.
It channels the winds right to the ground. And I was on duty that day. I think it was like a weekend, maybe like a Sunday. And there was a U of L soccer game or something like that. And I just saw things flying out there. I go, whoa.
You want to go to YouTube, want to see something cool, go to the Cincinnati Bengals game. I don't know who they played that day. One guy punted. I think the punt went 1 yard. I mean, it goes like 40 yards, but then it comes back.
Wow.
And I mean, things are flying from the stadium. It is not good. That forecast was terrible. But just to the west of here, tons of rain, flash flooding, and all this stuff. This thing, I think, was gust 81 at the airport.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, I think gust 75. Went up to Cleveland. This thing just kept going. It was
hurricane force winds, power outages for a week or two, yeah. Valhalla.
Right. The 3 worst tornado events were one. Anyone remembers in southern Indiana, but February 5th, 6th, the Super Tuesday outbreak. I had 24 tornadoes. 22 of them were on the squall line. 2 were long track supercell tornadoes down from out of Tennessee.
Was this February
5th, 6th, 2008?
2008, okay.
Yeah. Then we had March 2nd, Henryville. Never forget the 14 people I lost in Henryville.
Yep.
Over to the river. And then, of course, the Quad State thing, which fortunately Southern Indiana was spared. The one in Southern Indiana that comes to mind was 2011, April 24th. I think we had 20 tornadoes. Du Bois, Washington, Orange, Scott, and Jefferson counties all had tornadoes.
Well, it's crazy because I got a job offer in 2008 from Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow.
I think it was Cocoa.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got a job offer here in Louisville, and I was like, I am not ready for tornadoes all the time. The viewers in Oklahoma probably know more than I do about these tornadoes. So I go, in Louisville, at least there is going to be active weather, but I can kind of ease into learning it. Well, because I came from Augusta, Georgia, where it was quiet for 3 years straight. We just didn't have a lot of active weather. So I came here and just got nailed by the Ike windstorm, the 2009 ice storm in January 26, 27, August 4th, flood after that in 2009. Then 2010 was like, I felt like it was tornadoes all the
It
time.
was bad. That was warm in the winter.
Yeah.
Ben mentioned this a few years ago. Anytime it gets warm in the cool months is my greatest concern. I'm more concerned in January, February than I am May, honestly.
Yeah, you got a lot more jet stream energy to work with. And so Mary Dale says, good morning. In your opinion, does this year look like it is going to be a bad year as far as being colder than normal?
I think it's a tale of two winters, Mary. Thank you for writing. I think between now and maybe MLK Day, somewhere in there, very cold. Will be below normal. So I love your graphics, by the way. We have sunrise, sunset, and the the averages, because our average high is 50. There's no 50.
It's been a cold month so far.
So I think the jet stream pattern changes come February 1st, and I think it will be more wet, liquidy.
Interesting. So we had Brian Newdorf, who you know, who worked for you at the National Weather Service on, and I think we had him on early November. They were doing kind of their media rounds, and he said after a mild, quiet October, we've seen in the analogs, looking back throughout the years, that December can be cold. Here we go.
Jarvis said this in October. I rely on him. He looks at some weird stuff. He looks at temperatures at like 100,000 feet in Singapore. He looks at all the ocean currents, the depth of the cold or warm layer of the ocean current. He looks at all kinds of stuff that is above my head.
So I chat GPT'd the winter forecast to see
what'd you get?
I think I erased the graphic I had about it, but it said basically an above normal chance of colder than normal temperatures throughout the next 2 or 3 months, with possibility of active weather as well. So you combine active weather with colder than normal. I just call it a winter. We might have a decent winter this year.
I mean, we've had snow chances, every 4 days for the last 2 weeks? Ish, something like that. And but the big thing is, Ben mentioned this a few minutes ago, Chicago. I listened to this morning on the Today Show. I've never seen this much snow in my life in the month of December. And I'm like, dude, I mean, you get snowy winters. So the averages that Ben mentioned are normals, okay? The normals. That's a 30-year average. But every 10 years, they update that. So if you have a 10 years snowy years, and you put that in there, what happens to your number? They go up. If you have a less snow, they go down. I think Chicago is going to be above normal this winter.
The models show a lot of snow just to our friends up to the north here. And then we've got the Climate Prediction Center. They're a division of the National Weather Service. They look ahead. And this is the 6 to 10 day outlook. So this goes to mid-December. And blue, this shows a higher confidence of below normal temperatures for the eastern United States.
That's exactly right. And last week, some of the TV stations were going 50 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you see that has totally changed. That warm air is really strong to the west with the ridge. That whole Aleutian system with the big ridge on the west side. And then you have the polar vortex.
Don't start with the polar vortex.
Asked me one time, can I say polar vortex? I'm like, it's been there since Adam and Eve.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's not like it was just discovered.
The media grabs onto it.
Got all these new words. I learned a new
cool
word,
phrase.
I learned a new word last week. I'm on Weather Brains, a podcast.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
On Monday nights, and last week I learned about TULE, two-leaf fog in the Central California Valley. Never heard of it. Yesterday I learned, back in the day, I'm 100 years old. But back in the day, we used to have the Pineapple Express, moisture channels, right? Then it became an atmospheric river. Now I heard the one in Washington State today is so bad. It's a Godzilla atmospheric river. And that's actually a term. I looked it up.
Godzilla atmospheric river.
Nothing better to do than come up with a new name for something.
Wait till they get a hold of quasi-geostrophic theory or... do you remember Cabot waves?
Oh,
CAVET?
Yeah.
Conservation of absolute vorticity trajectory waves.
Yeah, that was a long time.
There's a lot of big words in meteorology, and sometimes the media likes to grab them and make it a bigger thing.
Ben's a great forecaster, a great friend. So I learned a long time ago. I used to have to bring this nasty colonel at the Air Force when I first started. He was a mean person. and used to rip people apart. But I learned, what, where, when, and why is only if he asks. We're trying to just give you the facts so you can make some decisions. I had 2 minutes to brief. I never went over. People who went over, he just...
Well, the thing is, like, if you want the why, it's pretty complicated, and a lot of us went to school for 4 to 8 years to figure out the why. So you can't just say the why, like, right off the bat.
I used to brief a lot of governors. The one that really comes to mind is Andy Bashir. He listened better than all the governors combined. He asked the best questions. And he told me this on a phone call. He said, I can tell by the sound of your voice. I don't need to know the why.
There you go. That's nice.
That made me really happy. I don't want to talk about geostrophic winds.
Yeah, correct. A good point there. I'm going to take a live look outside. There we go. It's still gloomy out there, but it looks like the flurries have faded
I got the radar
away from us. But that's a live view here, right outside our.
We were on the back edge.
On the back edge of it. But what concerns me now, I don't know if this comes up on your Facebook feed, if you don't have an understanding of meteorology and the science behind it, then you can get confused by all of this craziness, the wild west of social media, where there's just scare maps, clickbait, fear-mongering, weather porn is what I call it. And I mean, maps that are... I had you on our show... I had you on our WHS 11 show 6 or 7 years ago.
It was 20-inch forecast.
Yes. So even back then, there were crazy maps out there, but now it's just insane. So really find a meteorologist that you trust that is, I would say, more downplaying things than upplaying things.
Yeah. So unexpectedly, I completely agree with everything Ben said. Unexpectedly, WHAS hired me as their weather analysis person.
Yeah, so April 2nd, thank you for helping me launch my Bennett 10 show. When we had the flood, we had like 90,000 viewers. And then that same day, you went to go help WHS 11.
Unexpectedly. That came out of nowhere. But anyway, the point is, I told them I'm a bit unfiltered. I'm an old-fashioned weather forecaster. What Ben just said is true. We have all these folks who are letting their computer model do their job. And that will get you nowhere. You will fall, and it will fall hard. It will hurt on the ice skating rink. It will hurt. And I try to look at the data. I remember saying something. I think their spaces were this big in the studio at the 6 o'clock news. I just said there's a 100% chance of a tornado in our viewing area today. And everyone looked like they're going to have a heart attack. I'm like, I'm only going to say that 1 out of every 50 events. And we did have a tornado half a mile from my house, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
So you have to know, having an understanding of meteorology.
Pattern recognition.
I mean, there's so much, folks, that we have to understand how the atmosphere, on snow. Okay, what's the temperature on the ground? What's the temperature at 100 foot, 200 foot, 300 foot, 1,000 foot, and how the profile changes. The winds, the moisture, is there enough moisture? Like one TV meteorologist.
There's a lot of variables.
Last Wednesday, that today, Monday, was going to be worse than last Monday night. And so I told them that it's not going to happen.
Really? I'm not going
to happen.
Don't say who it is, but I will talk afterwards.
I mean, we don't want to panic you. We don't want to cause milk and what is
a run on the stores.
Run on the store, Kroger, yeah.
Milk sandwiches.
Yeah, we just want to give you the facts so you can make an informed decision. Do I need a coat? Do I need gloves? Do I need an umbrella?
We waste a lot of calories on these maps that are just all over the place on social media. But I think what's worse than that is a lot of conspiracy theories out there. I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but one of them that I've seen recently is just there's a mosaic, which is just the radars that are all over the United States. And at nighttime, when they're in dry air mode, they will show a green ring around them. And then people think that they're getting blasted with radiation. Well, the radar beam goes way above our head anyway. So that's just one. A lot of different industries get hit by conspiracy theories, even the food industry. I've got friends in different industries, but weather really being attacked right now. And we're just using the knowledge that we have to make the best forecast that we have.
Yeah, I don't believe the government is controlling the weather. Some people do. I don't believe that the radars are harming people. If you go way back, Ben, this is probably you weren't even born, but Larry Hagman, remember him? Used to be on Dallas. He was on Virginia. He got all these people in LA about the radar they were building. I think it was really because he didn't want it to be near his house.
Oh, okay.
And it was the Montel Williams show. I remember this one lady go, the birds, they have no wings. They have no wings. They're radiating these people.
Oh my gosh.
It's just not true. It's not true.
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know what more to tell you.
But it is hard to get through a lot of BS on.
Just one. We could go on for hours.
I don't want to get started on chemtrails and all that stuff, but
the thing is, have a trusted meteorologist. Ben gave you a really good tip. Someone calls it the way it is. There is a time and a place to get people's attention. I will tell you this: on March 2nd, 2012, Henryville Day, I knew it was going to be somewhere near Louisville. Okay, really the key was where the warm front was. There was a big change from the warm front north, warm front south. So, that was the first time in my life I saw the system work perfectly. Perfectly. University of Louisville dismissed. UK, EKU, WKU, Ivy Tech, Indiana Southeast, they all dismissed early. I just told anyone and everyone, go home and love your kids. Find a place.
About 3:30 in the afternoon it came through?
Yeah, 3:30, something like that. People were dismissing like crazy.
Yeah.
And the system worked. We told everyone, this is the day. This is the day that Ben on TV and Ben here, we've been preaching. This is the day you need to have your plan of action.
That's when we're not hype. We're just saying, hey, you really need to take this seriously. We even made a little makeshift studio in the basement at WHS 11 because of how high that threat was on March 2nd.
Someone was going to get it. And the weird thing is, which is still a mystery to me, there were two main tornado cells. There were two big ones. First one came through. The one behind it, which was maybe 30 minutes behind it, was actually stronger, but the first one disrupted the low-level wind flow. If that one was not disrupted, it would have done more damage.
And I think it was like an EF1, had some large hail.
Went up softball, baseballs. It was bad. So that's the day when we try to tell you, this is the day.
Because I remember Stephanie Decker was telling me she got hit by the first tornado, lost her legs, horrible situation.
She's a real hero. Stephanie, I hope to meet you one day. You're a real hero.
And then she got hit by that second one and had hail coming down and everything. Just an insane story.
Don't forget that story.
We've got Ann Taylor. Lots of people really appreciate all the information that you put out there to keep us informed. Thank you so much. Mary Dale says you both are hilarious.
Characters. I wanted to do weather when I was 6 years old.
Tell us your origin story here. We haven't got to that.
Western New York, between Rochester, Buffalo, and Niagara Falls. I saw a special for the old people on the show. Remember the old rabbit ears on TV?
Yeah.
Rabbit ear TV. I saw a special on the hurricane hunters.
Okay.
And I told my parents I want to do it. I was 6 years old. I worked harder than everyone. I wasn't the smartest, but I worked the hardest. And I went to school in St. Louis and got in the Air Force. Mainly I was going to the Air Force for one reason.
SLU?
Yeah, Parks College of St. Louis.
Okay.
It was a little part of SLU, yep.
Okay.
And I went to an all-aviation school. All my friends, that's all they took, piloting and engineering and mechanics.
Was Brian Busby around that time?
He was in St. Louis at SLU.
Okay.
On the other side. Yep. Hello, Brian. And I wanted to fly with hurricane hunters. And I went in. Then they got rid of the active duty units in Guam and Biloxi. I thought I was screwed. I got out really demoralized. And through God's intervention, I got in at Jackson, Mississippi at the Weather Service. And then I got an interview at the reserves in Biloxi. And I flew hurricanes for 15 years out of the Weather Reconnaissance Unit in Biloxi. And I got to fly Katrina and Ivan and a lot of hurricanes. And all the while, I started in Jackson, Mississippi as a forecaster. And then I went to Springfield, Missouri, Nashville, Tennessee in the Weather Service. And then I was the first person at Huntsville. Ran the Huntsville office for 3 years, spun it up from the ground up.
Wow.
And then Louisville. I was very happy to get
Explain this to me. An airplane's not supposed to fly through a thunderstorm, but how do you get into a hurricane safely and out of a hurricane safely?
We fly at 10,000 feet, most hurricanes. That's 700 millibars for weather people. See, we don't do that to confuse you. But anyway, 10,000 feet. And we fly 180 knots. We fly these intercontinental headings. So we fly southwest, northeast, go down, and then northwest, southeast. The winds are 90 degrees on the left side of the plane. The navigator and I keep the winds 90 degrees over, and we use it like a football, your favorite football quarterback. And it just kind of try to get into the center. And I do a lot of weather computations. A lot of weather data has to be sent to the National Hurricane Center, the position, the wind speed, the pressure.
The 90-degree wind are kind of sliding you into the storm?
That's right, crabbing in. It's like a crab.
Okay.
It's a consistent crab, yeah. And usually a giant hurricane that stays the same is somewhat turbulent, but not horrible. But when they change intensity going up or down, food service is discontinued. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Well, that's what I was thinking, the updrafts and downdrafts.
I have been airborne before in a plane. It's a very...
No
it's
thanks.
funny when Wile E. Coyote happens to him in the Roadrunner, but it's not funny when you're airborne.
So the latest one, Melissa,
I never experienced turbulence that bad.
I saw that like they had to get out of there.
You gotta get out of there. And then once you're in there and you orbit in the eye, you got to figure what is the weakest part of the storm. So
That's
I
freaky.
have pulled 2.5 Gs. They claimed, and I take them at their word, they pulled 3.7, 3.8 Gs. So
And that's not a fighter plane. That's
no, it's a C-130 Hercules,
Yeah.
and that plane was grounded as soon as it landed. They had to do a complete structural. They X-ray the wings and everything to go through the whole thing. Yeah.
So you have some adrenaline spikes when you're
Oh yeah.
about to head into it?
Oh yeah. Wow. And you know what I'm most sad then is I don't have the phone. We didn't have smartphones when I flew. They have the best videos on the earth. Now you got GoPros in the cockpit and all this stuff, and I wish I had it. We used to play the Doors, Riders on the dum, dum, dum.
Love it. So, all right, so 15 years, then Huntsville, and then Louisville, 2005.
21 years here, 3 in Huntsville.
21 years.
Three in Huntsville, yeah.
So Louisville did something to you because you have retired, and you're kind of part-time retirement. You're still helping WHS 11. You've got a Canadian connection, perhaps. What is it about Louisville that keeps you here?
So I really wanted to be the National Hurricane Center director, but I don't like Miami. No offense if you like Miami, that's great.
I like Miami.
I like 4 seasons. Louisville has 4 seasons. I love fall and spring. I will always live in a place that has fall and spring.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go too far north, you don't get much summer. You know? If you go too far south, you have no much cool.
It's a good combo here.
So I really like the 4 seasons here. Louisville is really nice. I like the whole city. The only thing I wish is we need international flights. All right. So I went to Indianapolis to fly to Ireland. They got a direct flight now to Dublin, which is really cool. And they have a direct flight to London. I'm always looking at international flights. Where can I, like Cincinnati? I can go to Iceland.
Yeah.
I can go here.
But at least we're centrally located. It's not a bad drive to the other airports.
Just a minor comment, but I'm waiting for the day Champaign will be open when Louisville gets 1 international flight, not commercial flight.
So where you can find John now, by the way, if there is extreme weather, this is your extreme meteorologist. You can find him on WHS 11 helping out when there's big events. And then Weather Brains. So James Spann is like the celebrity meteorologist among meteorologists.
Him and Cantori.
He started Alabama Weather Network, ABC 3340. Legend in Alabama. So he's started Weather Brains. It's on YouTube, I assume. So you can find John as a contributor, helping to put together the panels.
I love weather. Michael Montgomery, you should tune in. It's a really fun show. I'm helping get the guests now. So tonight we have 2 people from the Weather Prediction Center. We're going to talk about winter weather forecasting tonight.
Nice.
1 week from tonight, we got 2 from Environment Canada.
So that's live on YouTube? Mm-hmm. Oh, very nice.
And you can listen to it anytime you want your favorite podcast. It's just it's a show for weather. James Spann says for weather weenies, dweebs, dorks,
nerds.
Nerds.
Then also, you may have another opportunity for some Canadian forecasts.
Yeah, so I have 2 grandparents from Canada. I don't know what it is. I take a trip every year to go to Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or Prince Edward Island or Newfoundland. And I have this company up there. One of my former students went to the University of Louisville, Casey. She went up there and she's worked her way up to the top. That company's been acquired, but she said, "Were you serious about working part-time for me?" If you ever did, I said, I am. So it looks like I'm going to get hired by Scotia Weather.
Wow.
And I'm going to do 5 to 10 hours a week for forecasting. I'll do metric. So folks out there, your brain got to be different. Millimeters. Millimeters are confusing. So when you say you have 80 millimeters of rain, I'm like, said 4. What is that? So you have to really convert and everything.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I get to do that. And the main reason I'm doing it is I can get a Canadian work permit in case I would like to buy property up there.
Up north.
I love going to Nova Scotia. Why do I love going there? Because it has the largest tides in the world. I walk on the ocean floor, the Bay of Fundy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
I walked up to a quarter mile on the ocean floor. And that's the wildest thing. And especially, I like to go there in the evening so I can see some stars that are starting and then get out before the tide takes me away.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty neat.
So if you just do some Mexico forecasting, you'll do the entire northern hemisphere here because you go from the Gulf Coast helping out Alabama all the way to Canada.
Don't we love weather?
But not that much weather.
Like weather.
I'm like southern Indiana. You're like all over the.
All right,
That's good stuff.
Watches James Spann. Good deal.
There you go. He watches them. So that's where you can find. I'm going to bring up the forecast, and I want to thank you for joining
Thanks
us.
for having me. I'm the Modest Man on X if you want to follow.
Mamatis.
Modest.
So our forecast here today, guys, we're going to have Ben at 10 coming up here in just about 20 minutes. We're going to, as we do, deep dive on your forecast. But this little 20% chance of these flurries is kind of fading away early this morning. And then this afternoon, 35. So just stay bundled up. Trying for some peaks of sunshine. It's been hard to get the sun this time of the year, John. Vitamin D.
I think tomorrow the sun, you'll have some sun.
A better chance at some sunshine tomorrow, some upper 40s, low 50s. Windy Wednesday with some light rain showers. Might get some occasional light snow Thursday, Friday. The timing on that's kind of difficult. And then a temperature drop into the weekend. Probably the coldest so far this season, Saturday. Low mid-20s, lows in the teens for this weekend. So very burr out there. And the Climate Prediction Center, again, has below normal temperatures here overall. For the next couple of weeks. And before we take off, too, just want to mention again, if you weren't watching earlier, let me bring this up to the stage here. NWSB, our show here, Extol Unfiltered, Caffeinated by NWSB, has a food drive for Reach food program for kids. So they're looking for canned food, non-perishable items, snacks, dry cereals. This goes through the 15th. And then we have also, let me bring this one up, the Angel Tree at the Sellersburg campus, Ivy Tech Sellersburg campus. So this will benefit the children of students at Ivy Tech. You take a tag, and then it says their age, their sizes for clothing, what else they might need, and then you take that to Ivy Cares there at Fowl Hall, and another way that you can give and help out there. Our event of the week, presented by Rasmussen Chiropractic, is right here.
This coming December the 13th at 9 a.m., we are going to have Santa here at the Mid-America Science Park.
Yeah.
Not here in the house, but in the Mid-America Science Park. He'll be there. And for pictures for everybody. So just come on out. It starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. So come and see Santa. He's making a return trip just for Scottsburg. So thank you, Santa.
Very nice. The event of the week right there. And let me get rid of this picture right here and bring us back up. There we go. So again, thank you very much. You had some festive stuff up in Carmel, Indiana.
Go to the fest, and if you want to go to a bigger fest, Chris Kindle Market, which is an old German-style fest, is in Carmel. It is wonderful. It's every weekend up till Christmas. I was there this past weekend. Highly recommend.
Christian Walker's a frequent viewer, so hello to Christian up there.
Go to the Chris Kindle Market.
Yeah. Okay.
Last thing I'll tell you is go to the car wash tomorrow or Wednesday. Everyone's getting that junk on their car.
Oh my gosh.
You know the song "At the Car Wash"? I think it's tomorrow or
At the
Wednesday.
car wash.
Hey, there you go.
Carol Payne, oh my, look at Saturday and Sunday in regards to the forecast. Mary Netherly, thanks for watching. Good morning. Lily and Lasley, a good morning to you as well. A good morning to John Gordon here. Thanks for being here this morning. Again, see him when the weather is crazy. You'll see him pop up on WHS 11 when they do full coverage. Weather Brains, check it out on YouTube, online. Monday night, so that's tonight, very appropriately, with James Spann, again, a legend. And also, maybe he'll be doing some Canadian forecasting. All right, that's the show.
Have a good day, everybody.
We'll see you on Ben at 10.
More.
Thanks for watching.